What's going on YouTube and cryptocurrency family? My name is Harry and I'm the Crypto Vet. Thank you for tuning back in. As we enter this Friday, we've got some interesting things happening in the charts that could dictate where we're going from here. So today I'm going to do a quick thing on Bitcoin, a little bit on Ethereum, but then we're going to do a little bit more of a deep dive on XRP because we're getting really close to some big movements. So if you like that, hit the like, hit the subscribe. If you're not already, follow me on Twitter at XRP Veterinarian. Links to the Twitch, Discord, all the fun goodies are down below. But let's go ahead and get started here on CoinMarketCap. We can see that Bitcoin and most of the cryptos here in the top 10 are just kind of varying between 1 and 5%. We do have some bigger moves like Uniswap and other things. As far as the biggest gainers today, a coin that I put in actually one of my first YouTube videos is something to look out for here in the future is still making huge gains. And there's also news about them doing a swap from, I think, for every 1,000 you get one coin, and they're really building up some momentum as of right now. As far as the biggest losers, we do have some Theta Fuel, Mana, but these are coins that have been pumping a lot here previously. But let's go ahead and head into Bitcoin. I'm actually going to get a little sip of water here. All right, so if we go into Bitcoin here on the weekly, we can see that we've been in our nice big uptrend. And right now, after we had this bearish engulfing candle on the weekly, we've slowly picked up after 2 weeks, completely recovered this bearish candle. And right now we've got this perfect little cross forming here. And this can be showing that we are kind of at the top and we could be coming back down, or we could turn this into a little hammer candle and just show us that we're ready for the next go. But overall, if you've been watching me and seeing some of the past videos, I've been showing that we have been a little overbought. We do have, if I take these things off here, we have some bearish divergence on the weekly as well as the daily, showing us that our price is going up, the RSI is going down. So we do have some potential sideways consolidation or drop that needs to occur before we are going to see this big pump, right? Well, it doesn't have to happen that way, but that's just one scenario. If we kind of zoom in here now too on the daily, we can see that we're bouncing in between these two support and resistance here, support and resistance, and we're also above the 20 daily exponential moving average, which has been very, very key for Bitcoin to continue to move to the upside. We usually, after we set a high, we come back down, test some sort of support, set another high. The question is, have we formed a double top and this is just the last attempt to get over before we fall down? Well, we don't know yet, so we're going to be watching these 2 points just to make sure you know that there's some bearish signs and there's also bullish signs. There's so much good news, fundamentals, things like that. We've had the stimulus, so anything can happen from here. So this is why I'm kind of staying out of any trades at this moment. If we zoom in even more, we can see that here on the 4-hour or the hourly, we have those 2 lines that I drew before, which are the large macro trend here. And then if we come in, we're also coming to a point of another symmetrical triangle. Now it's going to be difficult to trade this in between here because we could come down very easily back down to 55,000. We could have a wick come all the way down to 53, and we're still going to stay in a bullish momentum up, but trying to enter a high leverage trade right now, maybe not the best idea. I would potentially enter a trade if we were to break above this resistance. Now this line here I previously had at this point, and you can see how important that was because we had not broken above this resistance yet, but once we did, we came above it, fell down, tested it again as support this time, and now we're moving back up. So say if we were to say drop down again from here, we are getting to the point now where these 2 lines would converge. So we might have a lot of support right here. So if we're trying to trade in between these patterns, this would be a very, very good zone to actually buy in for a long. Keep your stop loss pretty close, just below the lower trend line here, those lower support, but kind of waiting to see what happens. But if we extend this out, we will have a decision made by Monday or Tuesday at the latest. Bitcoin likes to just do its own thing. Maybe this will happen a little sooner, but remember, it's not always going to be the outcome that you want. We could go to the downside first. So just keep an eye on that. I do expect that we will continue bullish more likely than bearish, but remember, the bullish scenario can still play out even if we come down to say 48 or 50,000, because all that's going to do is extend out this pattern for longer consolidation. At that time is when I think we'll really see altcoins go crazy. Looking into Ethereum here, same exact thing. We're within this symmetrical triangle. I already have it zoomed in on the hourly. Right now, we've been building up since we touched the 20 daily exponential moving average. We have 1 touch, 2 touch, 3 touch. I do expect for us to at least come back up to try and test 1900 before potentially actually coming to the downside. But again, we'll wait and see. But XRP is the little guy I want to talk about today. So right here, I have XRP on the weekly chart. And if we really zoom out here, we can see the history of XRP. And when we have come into sideways consolidations, it's almost always formed a triangle pattern. No matter where you go into somewhere in here, it has formed a triangle pattern. And this is back in 2017 before the large parabolic move. We formed a long triangle pattern that lasted almost 2/3 of a year. This was 31 weeks that this lasted. Then we hit our bear market, and we've been riding this out for the whole duration of 2017 to 2020. Now, if we zoom in to here, actually, let me just take a step back. I made some key lines here. So we have 30 cents, 40 cents, and 76 cents. And this was the top of this triangle before. And that 30 cents has been a key support all the way here and a key resistance. And it's also played that where we currently are. I also put it here at 40 cents because this is the top of that last market. And coming across, we also see that we have support, 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 support. And it shows that those two those two big evens are very, very important. Also here we have the 76, which was the highest we met in September of 2018. And then since then, we haven't been able to get above it. Well, we changed that last year. We got above it in November, and now we've been forming this much larger symmetrical triangle. So far we have gone, what is this? We've gone roughly 16 weeks where we have been trading in this up, down, up, down. We've had bad news, we've had good pumps, and now we have been trying to go above, but we can't. The main thing I want to show from this is that not only are we consolidating into a pattern, we're getting towards the brink of the pattern where we could potentially break out, but we've also oversold below it due to the SEC bad news, and we've also tried to break out. So this area here is the indecision area on a macro scale. But if we look down here at the bottom on this weird colors and patterns and stuff, which I haven't explained as much on the YouTube channel. This is a copy of the, what is it called? Market Cipher, and it has a lot of different indicators on it. The red and green that you see is the money flow index, which is like a weighted between buying pressure and like the RSI mixed together. And then we also have the VWAP, which is the volume weighted average price, which is this yellow one. So the main thing I want to show here is that since 2018, we have been in negative money flow all the way through here. We got above it slightly when we had our initial pump, went back into it, and then now we are slowly getting more money flow. So we're getting some increase in buying pressure. Not only that, our volume weighted average price is slowly curving back up to the upside. So at some point here in the next probably 2 weeks, I would definitely expect to see some movement upwards in price for XRP, even if Bitcoin was to fall and bring it down with it at the same time. Because of this slowly moving up, which, we saw right here with this little curve coming down, we have this little curve, we have money coming into it, we have the volume weighted average price bringing selling pressure at the same time. We are coming to an end of a triangle. We are above two key levels of support, including this trend line here, which we could see was resistance, resistance, support, 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 and we are above the 20 daily exponential moving average. So there are so much more things pushing to up on XRP than down, no matter what you think. If you don't like XRP, hey, don't even watch the video. Don't really care. I'm just a doctor/idiot, and this is not financial advice, but I bought XRP back down when it was 14 cents a year ago, and I've been accumulating ever since. I've sold at 60 cents, I've sold at 50, I've bought at 40. I've been making tons and tons of profits off of XRP because it's very predictable. You just have to be patient. So right now we're getting close to the end of this. So what this means is I think we will wait, and once we get a weekly close above this 46 cent point, 46.5 cents, so that would be this Sunday, I think by the next week, we will start to see a move up above this top resistance here. And then probably by a week after that, we could have the move. Now, it could happen anytime sooner. We could drop down first because XRP likes to do this little bear trap. It also likes to do the bull trap. So we may see a little bit of sideways consolidation somewhere in the next 2 to 3 weeks. and then take off. But as of right now, we have more money moving into it. There's an increase in buying pressure, and we have a symmetrical triangle with momentum going to the upside. So lots and lots of bullish intention here. If we zoom into the daily, we can see this beautiful W patterns forming. Now, it doesn't mean we're not going to come back down to 44 cents before breaking up, or potentially come back down to test 40 cents or the weekly exponential moving average down here. Doesn't mean that that may not happen, but there is a very, very high chance that in the next couple of weeks it's going to go up. So, maybe not go out here and do 50x leverage on Bybit for XRP just yet, but if you're trying to accumulate, anywhere between 43 cents and 50 cents is going to be a very, very good buying price. Reason why is because if we just took a measured move of this very large triangle, we're getting close to $1. So it's an easy 2x. Now, if you think it's only going to 2x in this market cycle, well, that's your opinion. I think it's going to go much, much higher. My expectations are between $10 and $25. I know that's a really big range, but at $10, I plan to take my first set of profits. XRP in 3 weeks went up 1,000%. So, and during that time, there was very, very high volatility and fluctuations. So I plan on buying in at 10, or selling at 10, buying back in at 5 to 7, selling at 12. I mean, you kind of get the idea here, right? So as of right now, by the beginning of April, we'll be getting to the climax of this triangle and potentially seeing some fireworks. So, just zooming in right now, we're getting rejected along this trend line. Could take 4 to 8 hours. We may have to wait the whole weekend before we actually see us move out of this box. But in the end, definitely pay close attention to XRP because it's going to blow people's mind here soon. So that's going to do it for today. Just wanted to go over that real quick. I will be streaming on Twitch later, so please stop by if you got any questions or want to see me die in some Call of Duty. But other than that, talk to you in the next one.